Technology has been transforming and destroying jobs for centuries. From the discovery of fire to the creation of the internet. Years ago, it was impossible to call someone without first speaking to a telephone operator to connect your call. Encyclopedia salesmen who went door to door selling massive books were the closest people could get to Google. Taxi drivers were the only ones offering an alternative private transportation to buses and subways. Modern telephony ended the employment of telephone operators. Google put a definitive end to the encyclopedia salesman, and today many taxi drivers work for apps like Uber. So, which professions will disappear? And what will be the profession of the future? Stay tuned because that's exactly what I'm going to tell you in this video. Human inventions have made life easier and made us need to make less effort to survive. But each invention came at a cost. When the first revolution came with its spinning machines, mechanical looms, and other innovations, it signaled the end for many cobblers, weavers, and shoemakers who had to adapt to a faster way of making clothes and shoes or risk losing their jobs. And this wasn't the first or last time something like this happened. Just like telephone operators, encyclopedia salesmen, taxi drivers, cobblers, weavers, and thousands of other professionals had to face the new realities imposed by technology. According to a recent study by CNBC, only in the United States, over 670,000 jobs were lost to robots between 1992 and 2007, and it doesn't stop there. In recent years, this change, which had already been happening, has been even more accelerated. Another study by the World Economic Forum projected that by 2025, automation will displace an estimated 85 million jobs globally across 15 industries and 26 economies. With the pandemic, the technological boom was further intensified. The online consumption indicates a 20% growth in food orders made at least once a week through apps or the internet during the pandemic. This means that technology is transforming every kind of profession, right? Of course, that doesn't mean that doctors, teachers, or attendants will be left without work. But those who can't adapt and keep up with the flow of changes will certainly be left behind. According to sociologists, the world will need to requalify 1 billion workers in the coming years. This means that many people will have to reinvent themselves if they don't want to become unemployed. Every profession is included in this block, from the most qualified ones, like medicine, to those that require lower levels of qualification, like fast food attendants. You probably came across a virtual attendant when calling a franchise or even your service provider. Today, the service in many cases still quite limited, can be frustrating, having to repeat everything, and even then the robot on the other end doesn't understand anything. Many times, the best option ends up being to request a transfer to a human attendant anyway. But what are we witnessing? Technology taking its first steps to completely occupy the telemarketing field. This has been happening gradually, and the trend continues beyond virtual attendants over the phone. Bots that serve customers via chat have also become very popular. According to the Asian Development Bank, by 2030, artificial intelligence and similar technologies may lead to the termination of 286,000 workers in the Philippines, a country that is a global leader in the field. The same is happening in fast food chains with those new self-service tokens, where the customer needs to place the order and we have no human contact at all. We simply choose what we want to eat with a few clicks, and even if you order, the delivery is made by drone. And don't be mistaken into thinking that jobs requiring higher qualifications are safe. When we talk about technology taking over jobs, the most recurring thoughts are that only the less qualified workers will be replaced. But that's not true. The founder and financial manager of Investors Wealth, John Pugliano, wrote a book called The Robots Are Coming, a human survival guide to profiting in the age of automation. He spoke in an interview with BBC about how factory workers were replaced by technological advances and said the same could happen to highly qualified professions that don't seem threatened. According to him, doctors and lawyers, for example, will never disappear, but the opportunities in those fields are likely to decrease. For John, doctors have been losing more and more ground with the automation of services, such as the diagnosis of common diseases. Lawyers who only work in offices dealing with documents and daily tasks will be mostly replaced. Architects will be less and less hired for simple projects. Less qualified accountants will be left behind easily, and only those specialized in more complex tax matters will secure their positions. War pilots are likely to see a decrease in job openings, as autonomous planes are already a reality. The demand for low-skilled police officers is expected to decrease as surveillance services are handed over to technological systems. And real estate agents will continue to lose jobs to websites that already display photos, videos, and even virtual tours over the internet. There are also some professions not mentioned by John that are also on the list. In the construction industry, the president of the union estimates that 80% of construction general helpers will be replaced by automation, and this estimate is expected to increase further as new technologies in the field are introduced. In the construction industry, a major trend that has grown with Industry 4.0 is modular construction, which, despite not being something new, is gaining strength. So, what should you do in this scenario? After all, what is the profession of the future? It's true that technology has been destroying and transforming jobs for centuries, but it has also created many things. Modern telephony eliminated the jobs of telephone operators, but telecommunications companies now employ thousands of people. Google put an end to encyclopedia salespeople, but the internet has created hundreds of thousands of job opportunities. Taxi drivers lost ground, but some of them quickly started working with app-based transportation to supplement their income. Some jobs are disappearing, but new opportunities are being created. Of course, only for people who are prepared for them. Two things will be highly sought after in the job market of the future: people who work well with technology and those with excellent social skills, as it is still difficult for robots to simulate certain human traits, such as empathy. Sociologists warn that if workers want to survive, they will need to constantly update themselves, have good common sense, logical reasoning skills and adaptability, be able to work in teams, understand instruction manuals, and apply knowledge in a world that is mostly online. Specific skills that help companies establish an online presence are in high demand and will continue to be for some time. Today, the most valued and demanded professionals are no longer those with highly specific skills, but rather those who have two or more essential skills and are capable of learning new things without needing someone to tell them to do so. This can be a challenge for many people who, when choosing to go to college, believed they would do that for the rest of their lives, which creates difficulty in adapting to constant change. At the same time, those who are more flexible and understand that there are great opportunities in developing new skills end up finding good opportunities, many of which are in rapidly growing companies that the digital world enables. So, do you think your profession may be at risk? Are you afraid of the new technologies such as AI? Leave a comment below and check out what people are saying right now. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe to see more content like this.